Hey everybody, it is 2 o'clock, and I've got another camera that I picked up, and I want to see how different it is. Yeah, it's a little more zoomy than the other one, so we'll see. Nobody in the basement yet. Let me look in the chat. It looks like Wayne's in the chat. Yeah, hopefully the connection is a lot better this week. How's my volume? Because I know last week a lot of people were saying I was overmodulated. Let me throw the link out there. Hold on a second. Get out there in the chat. Okay. Yeah, last week I was this camera looks a little bit greeny, like it turned everything green. It's weird. I don't know if there's anything I could do with that, but the other camera, let me go back to the other one. This is the one I normally have. So the other one's got a little bit more of a zoom to it. So let's see. Mac is here. Hello, Mac. Lee Harris. Hello, Mr. Harris. How are you? So today everyone saw the picture. Former co-worker, actually, guy used to work for me, a friend of mine. Called a friend, dropped off a pressure washer Monday, and said it was hard pulling. Said, check it out. And the first thing I thought about, did he leave it outside? Like everybody thinks, did he leave it out in the winter? Pump is cracked, this and that. Now, a lot of times when you go to pull a pressure washer, you have to release the pressure on the gun, on the wand, or else you're pulling against the pump. So even with the wand depressed, you're still getting some pressure. And if you look at the picture, and I did a little video on it, a short video this morning, you can see it pissing out the pump. So I'm assuming it cracked or who knows what. And then my friend Craig Timmons chimed in too, and he said when the unloader valve gets screwed up, it's harder to pull as well. But I could tell it was one of those engines, those Briggs engines that has that low idle feature. So when it senses pressure, it'll up the idle and then lower the idle to save fuel, I guess. The minute I let go of the wand, boom, the engine just dies immediately. So, I figured maybe something in the pump. So, what I may do, who's in the basement? Hold on. Let's see. We got Hank is here. How's the connection today?
Connection's good. Good. Very good.
How's my sound? Am I overmodulated or no?
You're fantastic.
Okay. Who else?
How's mine? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Right now, let me see. You are set. All right. Hold on. I think Wayne's in the basement. Hello.
Wayne.
What's going on, Wayne?
You're good today.
How were your fights last week?
Beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I guess we had a real good fight on today or this week with Trump and the other guy, right?
Yeah, the Oval Office. It was a beauty.
Now we won't get into that here, but I mean that turned into a real fiasco.
Yeah.
Let's see who else got in the basement. Oh, Robert, you got to move your camera up. I can only see half your head. There you go. Yo, what's going on?
Robert.
Yeah, Ken, that pressure wash you did.
Yep.
Those pumps are more common to fail because the way they're built is like, God almighty.
Now that, according to what I'm reading, it's a Husqvarna pump.
Yeah.
Or Electrolux or AYP or whatever. It's their pump. And yeah, I haven't read anything good. The funny thing though is when the guy dropped it off, I think he probably realized it's clean as hell. It looks like it was in a heated garage. I mean, there's not even dust on it. But I'm wondering if it was out in a shed one night when it was sub-zero or whatever. That's all it takes. It doesn't take much to crack those things. How many people go in there and drain them out or put that antifreeze in them? Nobody does that.
Well, the way it looks to me, Kenny, is I think it blew one of the plastic check valves and it's leaking from the seam, from that joint where it assembles.
It's leaking through the joint, so I'm wondering if it's somebody. They do sell a seal kit. I think it's $37. But someone suggested Christine from Pate's Performance. She texted and said or commented and said basically that that happens all the time. But she sent me a link for the pump they replace it with. I guess it's a different brand, Chinesium, of course, but supposedly a lot better brand and the way it's made,
Yeah, I did.
I'm just wondering because of that feature, the Briggs feature that screws into the pump. Do I need that exact pump for that low idle feature to work?
Ah, good
You know what I'm
question.
saying? Because that
Yeah.
screws into the pump and it takes off an output of pressure. So what I'll do is later on in the stream, another person in the basement. Hold on, who else is here? Oh, Christian's back. Oh, what's up, Christian? How you doing, buddy? No sound, Chris. You got no sound.
Oh,
Still no sound. Oh,
oh, you can hear me fine?
yeah, now I can. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fine. I got an
Good.
excellent story to tell from yesterday that I did.
Small engine?
I managed to get my that Craftsman DLT 2000 to drive. It's just I had to put the belt back on the one of the idler pulleys.
Oh, that happened. What is it, like an AYP?
Ugh.
Like the Husqvarna AYP style tractor for Craftsman?
Yeah. The DLT 2000 with the older style hood and all that.
Yeah, it's probably the AYP. Most of them were. So is
I
that yours
managed.
or custom?
It's mine's. I own.
Okay.
It's mine's. I pulled the deck off. The previous owner who had this mower didn't take care of the deck or the blades. It's all
Yeah.
rusty under there.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's why they pay us.
I'm gonna have to
But
put
like I
another
was,
belt on there because the belt that was previously on it was shredded out. 3 whole new blades for it's a 48-inch deck. I had to stick a little screwdriver in the keyway of the axle just to get it for it to drive, test it out.
oh, the key had fallen out.
Remember I told you about that?
Yeah, we were asking you to go through the grass and see if you could find the key.
I couldn't
Yeah.
find it. I couldn't even find it anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you
usually
So
probably.
at the hardware store or Home Depot, they should have key stock, like a quarter or
I
3/16
just
key stock.
I just found whatever I had in my shed, a
Yeah,
little miniature screwdriver, a flathead
that'll
screwdriver,
work.
whatever.
That'll work.
I
Sure.
I stick it in. I just jammed it in the little keyway. Just hit it
Yeah.
a couple of times just to keep it in there, and it
Yeah.
worked.
Hey, nothing wrong with it in a pinch. That works, right?
It jerry rigged it.
Yeah. Now you got to get a hacksaw and cut off the end of it and just leave it there forever, right?
Nah, because if you're missing one of the keyway keys for one of the rear tires, that thing ain't gonna do nothing but spin
That's what it
inside.
was.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah,
ah,
I test. Yeah, I tested the transmission. It all worked. I thought it would have been blown, but it was just the belt that was off track.
I've
yeah,
seen sticks pull them off the idlers where the belts just hang in there.
yeah. I ordered that
Nothing.
stuff. There did a video on that. What they call it Power Resource Incorporated. That Pride G fuel stabilizer. I
Oh, the
ordered
one
a
that Terrell talked about.
Yeah, I ordered a bottle of it. It's supposed to be here tomorrow because I got that big 5 gallon can of that gas that came out of that generator. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try it because I said I have nowhere to dump that gas. I don't know of anywhere that would take that gas.
Yeah, we have to once a year they'll take it. Yeah, but you know what I do though? If it's not turpentine or not really bad, I just go little by little in my tractor as I'm cutting the grass. No big deal.
Yeah,
Today I took all my old chainsaws. I got like 30 of them. Any gas that was in any of them, I put into this one 5 gallon gas can. So this thing has tons of oil with the gas, no oil with the gas, ethanol, no, it's all mixed together. I'm just going to sprinkle a little at a time and just burn it off.
yeah.
Motor coach, we don't have what you're looking for.
Oh, what's he looking for? Hold on.
29 or 30-inch 6-bolt mounting auger housing for an MTD snowblower.
Historic production.
No, everything's been sold.
Let's see who else is here. We got Noel is here.
Yeah, I
Kenny,
also
if you
got.
get a chance, pull off the bottom part of that pump.
No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it live. We'll do it later.
Yeah.
When I
I
go to,
think
that's why
you're going to find
notice, hold on.
that those plastic check valves that
Yeah.
they're cracked and then it's leaking out.
I got this other camera here that's like portable that I can just take off and do all kinds of stuff with it. So I'll go downstairs with this camera later, and hopefully I'll plug in my new portable inverter I got for my Milwaukee battery and power the laptop with that and bring it outside, and then I'll take it apart with you guys. That's all.
Yeah. Now I've seen guys use those particular style of pressure washers at a car washing place. They would wash the car off, had this big tarp down the ground. They would had a pump rerun it back through this big one of the big plastic containers and reuse that same water. I'm like, you got to be joking.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll use those for like the wheels and stuff.
Yeah.
Through the car washes. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, those particular pumps, it don't take much to tear them up. It's like, just like, but that being cast aluminum, it don't take much for it to crack.
Hey, Scotty.
That's why ours sits in the heated shop.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I watched Tom Dover's video on that one tractor. I'm like, an electric lift for the mower pan and stuff. And he called the devil trying to find the blade. He finally found some blade and he had to hone them out to fit the shaft. So I'm like, this guy's
Yeah, but that's on a 6000 series. That
Yeah.
There's very few in between, so nobody's carrying parts of those. You had to take a 20-inch blade and cut it down to 18 inches.
Yeah. 'Cause I looked at, I'm like, I wonder what the manufacturer's suggested retail price of that thing was back in the day. That thing, look, it was what, $4,000 or $5,000. I'm like,
For the
yeah.
Craftsman, probably about 36.
Yeah. I said he finally found the blade. I'm like, he had to go to the snapper dealership. I'm like, it's a miracle he still got snapper dealerships around because Reed Stratton, they said bye-bye. We're not doing snap anymore. Like, yeah, no matter.
Yeah, I thought they were just doing like zero turns and stuff.
Well, they still might be doing that. I don't know. Oh, and I talked to Jim Jackson over at Jim's Fix-It Shop. He's gonna send me that what they call that cross tie rod that keeps the back end of your snapper.
Yeah. All it is a piece of 1/4-inch steel or 3/8. No big deal.
Yeah, well, he redid them. He's making them. Then he's using 1/2-inch stock. Yeah. So
it keeps the axle from shifting left to right.
Yeah, that's it. He's redoing them because the one, it's 1/4-inch. My snapper is the same thing. I'm like, he's gonna make me one up and send it to me. I just gotta get that snapper back and get that thing.
Yeah, I could see mine right now because all those snows melted. We had like a 58-degree day. It was warm the other day.
Yeah.
Most of the snow. Still got some snow, but most of it's gone.
-6 over here today.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel sorry for Eric and Tyler. Good God, one 4-foot drift in front of the shop. I'm like, whoa, man! All that when that starts thawing out, like,
Well, don't feel sorry for them. They sell snowblowers, you know.
Yeah.
No snow, no sales.
Yeah. So here we go. We got 13.
Yeah, because Tyler, he gets out there with that skid steer and moves it around. I'm like, yeah, that saves you a lot.
Well, his last video, I saw a video. I don't know if it was an older one or whatever. He had looked like a green tractor just doing donuts in the snow.
Oh yeah, I think that was today's video.
Is that what it was? Yeah, just some green tractor doing donuts.
Yeah. Tyler was out there drifting in the snow, and Erica said that was made. He does snow drifting. I'm like, yeah, man. Oh, and that one chainsaw she showed, I'm like, man, that thing was in a fire. I'm like, yeah, I hope that thing's salvageable.
I'm wondering how I correct the green on this other camera. When I click on it, see how you got like a green hue to it?
Mm.
I don't know how to correct that, but
Ooh,
I'll take
yeah,
this.
you are a little green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's all
I'll
the
take-
money. That's all the money you got piled up in that room.
Oh, not me. But we'll take this downstairs in a little bit. We'll take that pump apart. Let's get a few more people up on piano. Right now, nobody else in the basement, just us.
Mm.
Klaus is doing his special project today. Himself and 2 or 3 other guys each built a special piece of this project. And today they're getting together to put all their pieces together to do a video on whatever it is they made. But each one had a part or an assembly that they had to make. So hopefully they all bolt together and Klaus has a video of whatever it is they made.
How many beers you think they're going through during this assembly process?
I'm just saying, how many strip bolts and broken screws and who knows what, right?
Yeah.
You never know. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I watched Mick's video. I tell you what, that poor man going through the devil with his daddy. I'm like, God almighty.
Yeah. Like I said, all the thoughts and prayers out to Mick and his family.
Yep.
Hank, didn't you tell me to try some beer from Belgium?
Who's that?
Hank,
What about it?
didn't you say try some beer from Belgium?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I did. It's called
Oh, yeah?
Blue Moon.
Blue
And-
Moon, yeah.
And
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to tell you, that's the nicest beer I think I've ever drank.
Nice.
But
It's-
isn't
I
that the
think
one?
it's-
Don't you have to put a little orange slice on it or something?
No, this one's got orange in it, built
Oh,
into it. Yeah, it's fantastic it's a great summer beer. Jake's going to see if he can get me cases of it for the summer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice beer.
You guys
Yeah.
busy in the shop, Wayne, or what?
What's that?
You busy in the shop?
Not too much. We did a bunch of snowblowers. Most of them are eating up newspapers, broken shear bolts, smoked belts. Come on in. You got I'm talking here. I can't. Oh, I got
Is that
just a minute. I
lunch?
got to
Is that
get my coffee from her. She's shy. So
You can
Jake
come
got,
over and visit.
Jake got a good deal on a couple of Manus tillers, and the 2-stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'll tell you, he went and ordered, and I hate saying this, but he ordered a couple aftermarket carbs. They were like 20 some odd bucks, right?
Yeah, they never work though.
They come with the fuel lines, they come with the grommet, they come then the air filter, it's the wrong air filter, so he had to order a pack of aftermarket air filters. So this is the problem. One, the air filters are not the perfect fit.
Yeah.
You have to trim them with a pair of scissors to get them to fit into the plastic housing.
Yeah.
And then they'll work fine. I'm going to tell you, the carburetor, put it on the first one, never had to touch an adjustment on it, fired right up.
Wow.
Took a while to get it primed, but once it primed, fired right up, idled down smooth, ran perfect.
Yeah.
The grommet that comes with it is too big, so I had to use the old grommets, but we stole all the fuel lines and the filter. Worked great. And then, going through the manual, I was kind of surprised. I never knew this before, but on the Manus tillers, it tells you that after the first 10 hours of use, you're supposed to check the gearbox. And then you're supposed to check the gearbox every year after that. And you fill it up with a 0 lithium grease to the flange side.
Oh, wow.
I never knew this. So naturally, we start looking at all our greases that we've got here. We don't have a 0. We've got 0, that's too light. We've got 1s, that's too heavy. We need a 0. So Jake made a call to his buddy to see if he can order us some 0 grease.
All you
Yeah.
have to do is get some lithium grease from a can, the spray,
Yeah,
and spray it in there.
That's-
It'll break up.
yeah. I told Jake, let's try that. He said, Hank, this is what he said to me, and he's the young'un, right? He said, nope, it calls for a 0, and that's what we're going to buy, and I'm going to get it.
Yeah,
we're
but
gonna do
also
it with the
calls
0.
for a OEM carburetor.
Yes, it does.
Well, you got to watch on those because most of the time nobody takes the tines off to inspect the seals,
Yeah.
and all that brush and everything, it literally rips into those seals, and then the grease just accumulates on the twigs and on the grass. You don't even know it's leaking out,
Yeah.
I don't think these things got used a lot because, other than them being faded from them being sitting outside.
Yeah.
And then a little wipe down with WD-30 made them come right up.
Yeah.
Oh, just a minute.
Well,
This ain't money. This is a question.
Yeah, it's more of a private thing, Bill, but you can go on his like Instagram.
Yeah, I'm on the live stream right now. What time are you coming?
It's Chubby Butcher bringing food.
Yeah, okay. Let's say 3 o'clock.
I wonder who's fighting tonight.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah, Chubby.
That was my buddy Doug from North Star Small. He came up with a good name, North Star Small Engine Clinic.
Oh.
Good move making the clinic. So he's just putting an engine on his Roto-tiller, and he needs belts. And
Where's
then he's
he
going to
located?
bring. I think he's bringing a carb that he's had issues with getting it to seal at Tecumseh. And I'm thinking either the rib section went up instead of down, or he didn't get the seat pushed all the way down in the carb. Or
now, is he close to you?
He's about 15 minutes away.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Dave's probably gonna go through a case of that Blue Moon beer if that Mustang keeps giving him issues. Like,
no, he got no problem with the Mustang.
Yeah, well,
no,
that's
the
good.
Mustang's good, but now
you just got to print more money. That's all.
Yeah, now what he's doing is last night when we were watching bare knuckle fighting, he was telling me about all the stuff he's doing. Right now, he's designing his stroker engine and planning on building the stroker this summer, and he's ordering all the parts for it. But he's been using artificial intelligence to speed up the process to investigate everything he's doing. So, like, he's ordering. Boys, I don't even know what he's doing, but it's unbelievable the stuff that he's gone through to investigate ignition points and machining the head down and using the gasket thickness, and then you're going to get the best detonation. And he's got all this stuff.
Wayne, when you say a stroker, is he going for like a 346? What's he going to do? What size?
I think he said it's going to be a 331 stroker.
Okay.
The pistons are like, compared to regular pistons, the pistons are like tiny, eh?
Yeah, but is it based on the 289-302? What's the base?
It's from it's original 302 engine that he took out, that he's already had acid washed and honed, but now he's going to send that to a machine shop, let them install anything. I think he's using special tappets. He's got special rocker arms. He bought a couple just to see what they looked like, one of each, the aluminum, and the other one is, I forget, all different material grades. And
for the assembly?
What's that?
Did he buy a stroker crankshaft for the assembly?
Yeah, everything. He's got everything in there. So he's buying most of this stuff before 25% tariff hits, eh?
Oh.
Yeah.
When's that supposed to hit, they say?
Now it's delayed, I think, until March the 4th. Or no, sorry. Yeah, no, I think it was March the 4th. Not too sure.
Tuesday, yeah.
Big John. Hey, John.
Now, I just say, when he gets through that car, ain't no telling how much he's going to have invested in that car, Canadian.
He don't care.
That's true.
Money. It's only money, Robert.
Hey, they say if you count the money, it's not worth it. Just do it.
Yep.
You'll never get back what you put in. It's a labor of love. That's all it is.
Yeah, right now on the Mustang, he's likely into it. On the one that he's driving, or not driving, the one that's stored right now and in running condition, he's likely into 30, 32 on that Canadian.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it needs it's like satin black. It's got to be painted or wrapped or whatever. But it's a nice machine.
Yeah, I got a buddy of mine. He's got a 41 Willys, right? Ex-gasser, made for the street. He's got a 331 Hemi with a 871 blower, all that stuff. He's got over 100 into it already, and it hasn't even had any body work done yet, So,
Yeah.
by the time he's done, he's going to have 150,000 into it,
Yeah.
Easy.
And then,
Easy. Oh, you look at these cars like on the shows, like Overhaul and stuff like that. Those cars are $500,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
So people don't realize,
And then his buddy Big Jake, the guy that lives out in Waynfleet, that they work at his garage. They got a triple door garage there. With 2 lifts in it. They work there. I think Jake said that the truck that he has puts out like 650 horsepower.
Yep.
Ouch.
So that thing just smokes, eh?
But today it's ridiculous. A friend of mine went to the Ford dealer the other day looking for a decked out King Ranch, top of the line.
Yeah.
$103,000.
Ooh.
Yeah. Crazy.
No,
Yeah.
I made a mistake. There was a Ford King Ranch for sale a couple of years ago. And a guy had bought it for his daughter, and I guess she couldn't make the payments anymore. So he took the truck over and he put it for sale. And I could have bought it with the balance of 9 years of the extended warranty was transferable to me.
Yep.
And I could have got it for 32 grand.
Wow.
And I didn't buy it. I should have bought it.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I should have bought it.
Yeah.
Well, even my old pickup's 19 years old. I've been offered 20 grand for it,
Yeah.
So, because what can you buy? 4-wheel, 3/4 ton, nothing.
You
Yeah.
go to a dealer, they want to give you $3,000.
I know. Then you put it on for 23.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
a customer pull in the other day to buy some parts, and he wanted to buy my 2006 with the plow on it.
Nah, I know a guy. He worked at a Toyota dealership, and this guy's a Camaro. He's a Corvette freak. And this is back when they was putting that stuff in the engine to blow the engines. He seen this Corvette come in. He's like, nope, I'm taking this. Thank you very much. He said, y'all are not fixing to destroy this
You got
Corvette.
egg orange. Did you ever light the rinds when you were a kid?
No.
Do what?
Do you have a lighter?
Oh, yeah, and they sparkle.
And
Yeah,
it
yeah.
flames out. Yeah, the citric acid is flammable.
Yes, it is.
You used to take a lighter and you take the peel and you go shh, and it flames out because of citric acid.
Man.
Yeah. You never did that, Robert?
Nope.
I thought that's
Don't
Yeah.
do it. You might burn the house down.
Yeah.
Nah. Only thing I did back in the day was take the magnifying glass and get it focused just right. And all of a sudden you hit your skin like, whoa, watch out, watch
We used to
out.
do that to leaves and ants.
Yep. Oh, I've even done it to light cigarettes with, but you had to get that, you had to keep going back and forth till you got that just right pinpoint circle of light. And all of a sudden it's like, okay, there you go.
Brando's heading to Louisiana. It's Mardi Gras time down there.
Oh, yeah. Yep. No, worst thing I did when I was younger, I lit a sparkler up one time, and that thing, when it went off, my whole finger, this finger right here, was black and gray. I thought to
We
myself,
used to put the spark plugs in the exhaust pipes, then you'd richen up the exhaust. You had an extra coil, and you'd richen up the exhaust. They're almost tearing. You hit the switch, big flame.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You guys hear about the McDonald's hamburger and fries that are in Finland sitting under a glass cover, and they've got a webcam on it, and it's been sitting there from 2009 and it still doesn't have any bacteria or mold growing on it?
What?
Is it a sealed, no oxygen thing, or
No, just when you go to a deli, they got donuts underneath one of them glass lids.
Oh, wow.
It's just like that.
Well, it's like the Twinkie, right? What was the Twinkie? Almost 100 years old.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
but they're saying I heard something the other day. They said just in the French fries, there's something like 20 preservatives in the French fries.
Wow.
So I quit eating McDonald's.
Yeah.
Go to Burger King.
Yeah. I went on this thing called next door, and I was talking about how about the Girl Scout cookies. And they say they're starting to put stuff in them that's kind of like, yeah.
Well, it's
But
funny.
the girl,
Take a package of Girl Scout cookies from 30 years ago and today. One's this big and one's this big. You know.
oh yeah, you're not getting what you pay for. And the girl, they're not. They ain't no telling what percentage of the money they actually get. All corporate greed.
Mm.
John Clem wants to make some drawers out of McDonald's hamburgers.
Mm.
You know what they should do? They should get all the hamburgers that they don't sell, and they should build a house out of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
the guy with that pressure washer, my buddy, just texted me. He's watching the stream. He said, "Nope, it was always garage because it's like mint condition. Everything he owns is mint condition. This thing looks really mint. That's why I was wondering. As soon as I saw them streams come out, I knew something's going on.
Well,
Wow.
normally in the garage, it won't get down to freezing.
Yeah, usually. Well, like I said, the thing looks like brand new. There's a little bit of rust on one of the covers, but other than that, the thing don't even have dust on it. It's really nice shape, you know.
Yeah.
But well, like I said, maybe I'll take the camera down later and take it apart. They do sell kits, but from what I understand, Pate was telling me don't even bother with that Husqvarna pump. It's a garbage pump, and just change it out with something else. You know.
Well,
Yeah,
Not
like I said,
only that,
I
it's a-
checked out the low idle though. That low idle feature. Do you need that
Yeah.
exact same pump in order to use I mean, you don't need the low idle feature, but the problem is then the governor setup on that particular engine for the low idle feature. If you're not using it, you have to get the linkage from another engine that has the regular governor linkage on it, so that it runs properly. Because that's set up a certain way just to use that low idle feature. You know,
well,
because it's like you'll run it, it'll rev up and run, then you let go, and it idles really low, and that's how I
I
can
guess-
tell something was wrong with the pump. But
Somebody's in the basement, North Star.
yeah, hold on, let me see, hold on. Who's in the basement?
Is he in the
I also
basement?
got something with my with the
Oh, North Star. Who is that? Your buddy?
That's Doug. That's him.
There you go. What's up? Welcome to the channel of the madness.
I got
Hi,
a
Ken.
problem with the.
What are you bringing over to
My
Wayne?
Craftsman's not reversing.
Yeah,
like it's
I've
supposed
known
to.
Wayne for a long, long time.
Did you get that carburetor to stop leaking?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, it runs like a clock now. Working on the
Having a
Roto-tiller. I
bad
got the engine
problem
all
with
mounted
the
and that
Craftsman
today.
is she's not even reversing properly. Like I got it to, it's reversing, but
talking?
it's reversing very slowly.
There was somebody else talking, Christopher.
Yeah, hold on.
Is
Hold on, Chris. What's
Chris,
your
is
first
that a
Northern-
hydrostatic
what-
transmission?
Hold on. What's Northern's first name?
Doug.
Doug. All right. Doug, you keep going. What were we saying, Doug, about you can fix the carb leak?
Yeah, Wayne was asking me about I had a carb leak on Tecumseh 8-horse snowblower that I'm putting up for sale. I got that all fixed up. Now I'm on a rotor-tiller, my own rotor-tiller. I cooked the engine, so I ended up finding a 5.5 horse.
Yeah.
And put that all on, and now I just need a belt and do the carb clean on it.
Now, is your shop a business or just a hobby?
I'm both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you,
that belt ought to run about, I don't know, 100.5 or something like that.
Oh, you're killing me.
from eliminated performance, maybe, right after the tariffs?
yeah.
What tariffs?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'll show you guys the rotor-tiller that I'm working on.
If you rotate your phone 90 degrees, it'll be a full screen picture.
Oh,
Yeah, they're doing like a short.
like that.
There you go.
There
That's
you.
Okay. Can you guys see it?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the engine I put on. It's an old Craftsman. I found it actually on the side of the road up in Effingham.
Now you guys are still getting snow because I can't right now. Snow machines. I'm not gonna be able to sell anything. The snow, we're done.
You know what's funny? I sold 3 snowblowers last week.
Wow.
Actually, sorry, this past week.
Yeah, and we're likely not going to get any more snow. North
When
of
it
us,
snows, I get no business. When it doesn't snow, that's when people seem to
Yeah.
give a phone call.
north of us is supposed to get 15 centimeters. I don't think we're going to get in southern Ontario. I don't think we're going to get any more snow this winter. But every year we seem to get the freak wet snowstorm in March.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
We
we've
usually
had,
get that.
With the groundhog, we may get more snow. Who knows?
we've had 3 feet of snow dump on us in April too.
Yeah.
I've
Ow.
seen it. What is it? Almost 20 degrees in February, and then the following day we got a severe ice storm.
Yeah. Yeah. March is crazy here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Where are you located, Ken?
I'm in southwestern Connecticut.
Oh,
Trumbull, Connecticut.
Yeah, I'm about 10. No, what am I? Wait, what are you? About 6 hours north of me?
Yeah. Yeah, it's about
You're
6
by the
hours.
like
falls.
that.
You're about 6 hours.
Yeah.
mm.
Now, Doug, you're north of Wayne, though, right? You're north of Wayne?
I'm north of Wayne. Yeah, I'm like 10, 15 minutes down the highway, actually. I moved even closer. So, yeah, I'm just basically down the
No,
140
is that still
highway.
considered Ontario then?
I'm about right in Wallet, like right in the center of Niagara region.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm on the southern tip of Welland into Dane City, Port Colborne area.
Okay. Yeah, I
It's
get
all
it.
French to me.
Yeah, we're a bilingual country, Hank.
I know. Pierre Pavliet or whatever his
Yeah.
name is, right?
Poliev, Poliev, whatever.
Yeah, I
Mm.
know. It's
I
hard to say
hopefully
that
he's
last name.
the next prime minister.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, Wayne, they was talking about over in Australia, UFC. I guess it's the winning opponent or what. He takes the shoe of the loser and pours beer in it, and then drinks from the shoe. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the?
Tai Tuivasa, he calls it a shoey. He takes a shoe and he puts beer in it. He drinks it.
Oh
Ew.
my god!
Yeah,
Yeah,
imagine all that dead skin in there too, eh?
I was going to say fungus and all, man. Ugh.
they knew. Sorry, they ain't
Call
know
it a
about.
shoey. Call it
Yeah,
a shoey, Robert.
yeah.
Robert looks like Squiggy from Happy Days with that hair in the front.
Yeah, Squiggy.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
Pay big
Squiggy.
money for a haircut like that in Canada, you know.
Yeah.
Mm. Nah, it's a miracle I still got hair. Like, I don't know where's my hair at. Back in the
I
day, my
got
hair. Yeah,
I
back
got
in
no hair on the top of my head, so
yeah. Nah, back in the day, my hair was curly. Well, one day my daddy and one of my stepmothers decided to put straightener in it, and that stuff was burning. I would have done anything just to let me go outside and jump in the swimming pool to get that mess out of my hair. I'm like, I ain't never had my scalp burn so bad, and it didn't do nothing. It did. My hair was still curly. I'm like, yeah, y'all just wasted your money. And it's like they feel like dyeing their hair. I'm like, yeah, sorry. And that just for men gray stuff. I'm like, nope, ain't studying it. Nope. I got gray hair for a reason, so be it.
Uh-oh.
Jason's here.
Uh-oh. Christian, what's going on?
Or is that Chris?
Christine had
I'm fine.
That's all right.
I'm out in my shed right now.
10 minutes.
I took off the deck. Blades are shot. Everything. The spindles ain't shot. I can spin them.
Yep.
How do I turn my camera? Is there a way
If
to
you look on your
turn
thing,
my
there should be
camera
a picture
around?
of a camera on your phone.
I see it.
It's called auto rotate.
And if you turn your phone 90 degrees, it'll give you a full shot.
Oh,
camera's
All
gone.
right.
That shut it off.
no. Just
You're
turn
probably
your
gonna
camera
Turn your
sideways.
phone.
Isn't
your
it like a
phone
picture of a
sideways.
camera, guys? How do you change your camera?
It's
No.
supposed to be he's depending
It's
on how
probably
you
have
do
it
it.
locked in portrait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. You can flip
Hold
the
on,
phone.
my
You wanna show
phone's
us the DLT? You can just turn
What are
it on
you
if you want.
What are you working on?
He's got a DLT 2000.
trying to get.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's working on a riding mower.
hold on.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah.
That's why I
My
passed them on to
camera
you,
should
Wayne.
come on. Oh, there it is.
Oh, that's better. Oh yeah. Yeah, that looks like an AYP variant.
Yeah, with the white hood.
That curved dash and all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here she is.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Now, where'd you pick it up?
Almost looks like a white outdoors.
Yeah,
This-
exactly.
Oh, okay. Is that a Kohler or Briggs on it with the V twin? Kohler. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Robert's favorite engine.
Almost. As long as it don't come with a
That's-
dicky carburetor on it.
There's a screwdriver.
Yeah, handle and all.
Yep. Oh, and that's one thing I can
What?
tell. You show me a picture of the hood, I can tell you if it's, I've been studying. I'm like, yep, that's Craftsman, that's AYP, or that's Husqvarna made. I'm like, yeah, Husqvarna made. Yeah, sorry.
Christian, I would get a keyway for that. Don't be driving around with a screwdriver. The whole wheel might slide right off if it
Yeah,
comes
I was
off
gonna
the
say.
axle.
Yeah, cause I said, without something to hold that
Yeah,
key,
you gotta have a washer with a. If that one is that got a bolt in the end of the shaft of the axle,
I don't think Craftsman had that.
or is it just got the clip that goes in to hold the
The
keyway?
clip,
in?
Sometimes
the
the E-clip will
yeah.
hold it. Yeah.
yeah, because the only one that came with a bolt was a square D transmission axles on MTD.
Nope.
My Powercraft had a bolt that held the wheel onto the square D axle, and I actually found the wheel and tire combo at Tractor Supply. I'm like, it was cheaper than the tire. I'm like, okay, that'll work.
Brock.
Nah,
What are we doing?
the worst thing you can do is get a Napole twin cylinder brake, and you got to pull the start off. That one bolt, easy, but the one up under the flywheel is like, you're going to be out there half an hour only doing about one half to a quarter turn to get that one bolt out. I'm like, oh man, what the fool y'all thinking?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Hank, take over. I'm going to head downstairs, see if I can get that pump off.
Okay.
I'll be back in a bit.
Yeah. Erica, John, how come you guys aren't coming up? Let's go.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, anybody want to come up, do it now. I'll put you up. Otherwise, I'm going to head downstairs.
Hmm.
Let's see. There's the link. So whoever wants to come up, I'll give it a minute, and then I got to run downstairs.
Yeah.
Like I said, the guy whose pump it is, he's watching.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, he texted me, said he was listening. Because I said, those Husqvarna pumps, you could buy the kit, but if you're spending $37, $38 just on a kit and then labor, you might as well just buy a pump, you know?
Yep.
But I got to look and see how that linkage is hooked to the pump.
Yeah.
For the governor for the high-low. That's the thing.
Well, for that Manus tiller, the carb kit was as expensive as the aftermarket carburetor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Well, Jake, if he buys one, he makes sure that it's got like at least a 5, 4.5, or 5-star rating, eh?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Which
Look
I
how
didn't
much
do my
hours
NASCAR
I
kit.
have on my tractor.
Was that Chris?
The hours.
Oh, it's got one of those little meters on there.
How
Yeah,
many
how
hours?
many hours they got on it?
I got about 912. Has 912.7 hours on it.
Yeah,
Ouch.
they say they're good
That's the original
for
engine.
about
Here's the
1,200 minimum.
here's
Yeah.
the deck.
Is that a white?
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
It's a
White.
Craftsman mower deck.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
a
but it
white.
looks like
It's
an
just all
AYP,
dusty
no?
and dirty. From
Yeah, but isn't that an AYP Husqvarna style tractor though? With those
No,
it
curved
got that
gauges
double
and all?
belt system.
Older
Oh,
MTV kind of setup.
Yeah. Nah.
It got the double belt system where one belt's at the bottom pulley that controls the blades, and one on the top where where the engine comes to the
Yeah.
pulleys.
Yeah, the electric PTO.
What horsepower is that? Twin?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tom Dobie just worked on one like that with the 36.
All right. Hey, I'm gonna
48.
head downstairs. I'll be
Tom
back.
does videos.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing this thing torn down, Kenny.
How you doing, Johnny boy?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Good, good.
Nah, but
Here's
that mower pan.
Here's one of the blades.
Yeah. Nah, but that mower pan that you got, the double pulley, I could only find that top pulley on eBay. I'm like, God almighty. Because my Craftsman GT tractor had the double belt system.
Well, the pulleys, they all spin. It's not all locked up, so just need to
Yeah.
put another
Mhm.
belt on it.
Yeah.
She'll fire up.
Oh, and if you ever have to replace all those pulleys, the nut that holds the pulleys to the spindle housing, make sure that you get that nice and tight, because I've had issues where I didn't tighten that nut up real good, and all of a sudden the pulley was spinning, but it was making a real loud noise. It ate up the how you say that, cold gears in it.
This was what's left of the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Is it throwing
Here's
the other
the
belts
other
too?
machinery that I have.
What's the tiller?
Yep.
is?
I'd like to have that tiller.
Is that rear till or front till?
It's an old
Is it an old wheel horse?
It's an old Kohler 7-horse.
Is it a wheel horse?
Yeah.
What's the name brand on there?
And here's the other one.
What brand was that tiller, Christian?
I don't know what brand out the one with the Kohler on, but I don't even know because it doesn't have anything. It's all
It looks like
all
a
the
wheel horse. Yeah.
paper, all the information on it is all.
You guys
Yeah,
see
it
that?
does look like a wheel horse, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Other
With
one.
those handlebars that
Can you guys
yeah,
see
that
that?
one,
No.
that's
This
think
one right
that's a
here is an
Craftsman.
MTD.
oh,
Wayne, who makes enduro engines?
Enduro engines?
Yeah,
That's-
someone told me Tecumseh made it.
That's correct.
yeah, it's a Tecumseh
But-
Enduro. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I found the exact same one. Actually, the guy lives
Oh.
not far from you, Wayne. This one's got a throttle cable. The one that I found is just one you use with your hand. I think I might go pick it up today, just to have as a spare.
Yeah, because the
Hey,
comes
you
will make
guys
the
see this or no?
Like, are these good engines? These enduros?
Yeah.
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 no
And it's nice that it's got a throttle control because then you can idle it down.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. The one that I found on Marketplace has it's the exact same engine. The only difference is it doesn't have the throttle control. It's all done
Yeah,
with
see
the
this?
hand.
This one's got that throttle. See right there, the governor, the cable.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That goes back to the pump. So I'm wondering if you're limited to the types of pumps that you can use. You know?
Yeah. I never saw one that had cable to the pump.
Mm.
You coming back in, Brock? Kenny, somehow Brock got dumped. He may try to come back in.
I think those idle down when you release the trigger, they go back to low idle. I think.
Yeah, is it hit? You know, is it on the governor control itself, the arm?
Yeah, it's got to be. You would think.
Yeah. I don't know. I never seen one like that.
Yeah. So usually those engines, when you squeeze the trigger on the wand, it speeds up. And then when you let off, it goes back to idle. But yeah, it is a strange
Fire
one.
that baby up. Let's see water shooting all over the place.
No, I already did that. I got to go get the Allen wrenches so I can take the pump off.
Mm.
I don't know how long it's gonna last. Let me go grab my inverter so I can plug it in.
Nah, oh yeah, and that guy was on here. Yeah, well, the company made it Enduro, and they made the Formula. Because I have a Formula 6 horse on my gravely wheeled weed eater. What other brand they had? Enduro, Formula.
Nothing now.
Yeah, see, I got my Milwaukee battery fully charged with my inverter, and the inverter's got 200 watts. So I'm gonna try it out.
Oof. You're gonna suck the juice right out of it.
Well, I'm saying I don't know how long. Let's see how long it lasts.
What are you gonna run on the 200 watts?
The laptop.
Oh, okay, that's
Okay.
fine. I thought you were gonna put in a corded drill or something.
All right, right now, let's see what it shows for power.
Well,
Yep, it says plugged in.
Way
All right, it's working.
That is the boardwalk. Well, piece of access. Oh, the last
Yeah.
thing
What was
I gotta
that?
grab the wrenches. Okay.
What are you watching, Henry?
I'm trying to figure out what Robert's saying over there.
Oh, that was that video. A couple of them videos I made when I was in Florida, back in Panama City, trying to find some pictures. That darn it.
I'm watching that man.
Got another good shot of the ceiling, Hank.
Yeah.
I missed the fan though. I like seeing the fan spin around.
Those are good ones.
Yeah.
That piece of junk, John.
Or the floor shot or the wall
Yeah.
shot.
Nah, that fan one of them contractor grade pieces of junk. That ain't a hunter. If it was a hunter, I wouldn't have no issue with it. No. I didn't know hunter fans existed till I went to one of my great uncle's house in Texas. I looked at it, I'm like, ooh, what is that? It's a ceiling fan. I'm like, it was a hunter, and that was back in the 70s.
Home Depot sells those hunters.
I had a ceiling fan one time. I bought a Home Depot that was remote controlled. I'm like, okay.
Is Wayne still breathing? Okay, he moved. Okay. Phew. I was worried about him for a minute there. Just messing, Wayne.
Just go boom like this, Wayne. Boom. Right
What's
on.
he doing?
I already got a headache. Don't make it worse.
Oh,
Hey, what are you doing? Cut that out. Not on live stream.
John,
What?
be nice, John.
Just a public service announcement.
All right, so Kenny's taking the engine off of the pressure washer, right?
Yeah, let's narrate.
No,
Damn,
he just
screw 'em.
isn't
Come
he
on,
just
come on.
taking the pump off?
just taking a pump off.
Well, the same thing. You got to take the engine to
I'm
get
gonna
the
take
pump,
the pump
right?
off, but I have to.
Oh, he's got to disconnect the cable
No,
first.
just 3 screws underneath.
Aren't the bolts that hold the pump right up into the
Yeah, hold the motor. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 3 socket cap screws underneath.
and then and then you hope that the pump isn't seized to the shaft. It shouldn't be, but I've seen them where they're seized solid.
Now, once he gets that pump out, what's he think he's going to do with it?
I think he's going to take the bottom section off and take a look at it, because I think there's only 4 cap screws that hold the bottom on. He can split it, and I think
Great.
he's going to find that on the inside there's a plastic pressure
There's only 3.
check valve that's totally shattered. That's that's what I'm thinking is wrong with it.
But once he opens it, all the oil's going to come out of it.
what it is,
No, on
there's-
that
there's-
one there, I think the oil's above. It's different.
Oh, yeah.
There's
I think it's a bottom,
Yeah, cap
a
screw,
different
and then
section that you can take off.
a nut with the built-in washer, the lock washer.
Seems like a
Can you
pain
guys
in
see
the
me?
ass.
Yeah,
Yes,
see
we
you.
could hear you.
Yeah.
Yes.
The thing
Yeah.
I hate about pressure washers is if you don't have 2 people, you're trying to undo it, and then it's more of
Pain
a
in the
problem
ass.
putting
Pain
it
in the
back
butt,
together
yeah.
with one person, because you're trying to hold the engine and line everything up and get the pump on, and then the pump
Yeah.
drops down, and you
Yeah.
I
gotta
did-
get it all lined up.
But about a month ago, I did my boss's snowblower. This thing's probably it's older than Jesus. This thing, and changing the belts by myself. This thing was a tank. What a pain in the ass job that was. And
Yeah.
then I tuned it all up for him and all that. I work at a plant here in the Falls, making brake parts. It's my career job. This is just my side gig. Anyway, I got his snow blower and that, got it all tuned up. The first snowfall, he says he went out there for about a half an hour, and then he calls me up, says that he buggered something up in the car. Now it's pissing gas out of it.
Yeah.
All right, all the stuff.
Maybe one day.
There's an old Mastercraft 8-horse Tecumseh.
Hello, in eliminated performances, Mr. Wayne.
Hello.
Actually, I got to go to his house, so I'm going to be leaving shortly. I got some parts that he's got for me for my Roto-tiller putting together. I found this old Roto-tiller. Actually, it was funny. Last summer, we went and picked up a lawnmower. I brought my wife out, and that she loves going for these rides. So I bought a lawnmower, and as I'm going through the countryside up in north of my city, Welland, it's Font Hill area. It's all hills and bush hog and all back in there, like way in the northern part of Pelham, going into St. Catharines. So as I'm going down the one farm road, I see this tiller on the side of the road. This thing looked, it was beat the rat shit. It was an old, actually I got the engine right here.
Yeah, the guy that was using it said, "This is a deserted road.
That's what the
Nobody's
engine
gonna touch
was. It's all eight.
You're talking about the bucket.
Right. So I got pulled it out anyway. So stupid me, I opens up my mouth to this kid. Apparently he's a small engine fanatic. And I says, yeah, there's a Roto-tiller up at the side of the road, because my wife said, no, you ain't picking it up.
Okay. Pull the
So I talked
put
her
it
into
up
it,
on
went
the
and got
other
it.
end.
So we hit down the side,
Right.
one of the side roads. We see this
Right
guy
on the
going up
side
and down the road looking for
that
this thing.
bucket comes
Meanwhile,
out.
I had it in the back of my car.
So you got it.
So the
Yeah.
plan was
The
just
auger-
at
the
that
auger
time
handle
was
that engages
fix it
the
up, try to get
other
it going when I had the time and sell it.
Okay, you got.
My brother got a house. Now he's got a garden. So I told him, well, you know what? I got this tiller sitting around. I'm going to go locate an engine, get it going for him, and then he can borrow it whenever he needs it.
Hey guys,
So-
no,
It's interfering with the brake pad that's there.
Does Wayne know where the mute button is?
Yeah,
Question.
that's it. So when you're putting it back
Yeah.
together,
When I go to his house, he goes on the
you gotta
phone.
engage that auger handle.
It's
That's it.
And what do you got? 2 bolts on the bottom and 2 bolts on the top, right? One on each side.
Yeah, 2 on the top,
so
1 on the
it's that-
bottom.
Yeah, it's the brake pad is likely interfering with you getting that bucket back in line to line up those bolt holes.
Kept waiting for him to go, hey, they can hear me. I better mute. We can hear you, Wayne.
oh, he's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's easier if you got two people.
I go
somebody
into his
else to
shop,
handle
John,
it
and
together.
I
Sometimes you
my
gotta
plan
work
is to
with
be
it.
there for 10 minutes, well, it turns into almost 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and jiggle it back and
It's
forth.
I've
a
known
nice
him
drive.
for,
You'll be better off.
he's
You can get
basically
somebody in
family. His
handle it and
sister
work
and
bucket,
my
get it in
aunt
there.
are
All
really
right?
good friends, so I've known the family
Okay,
for
buddy.
since Jake,
Wayne.
since we was
I'm Wayne.
kids.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, we're
So
family too. His sister and my
Eliminator
sister are
Performance.
both
Hit the
sisters.
subscribe button. Okay, buddy. Good luck.
Brock, you
Okay,
can't get back in until Ken goes inside because he's out in the driveway working on this
is that T-Bone on the phone?
pump right
This
now.
is no, that was a gentleman that's a subscriber from Chicago. I don't know how they get this phone number, but I just got a
It's
whole
called
list
Google,
of parts
internet.
for a guy in Missouri. Then this guy's from Chicago and he can't get his bucket back together. He changed the belts and he can't get his bucket back together. He's trying to do it himself. So I said, number one, get somebody to hold the handle for you. You get on the bucket, and it very well could be hitting the brake pad or something. So you may have to, and make sure you got your belt on the inside of the brake pad, not on the outside. But I don't know what kind it is. Brake pad could be in the middle, it could be on the side.
Yep.
So even Jake
Just
was
do what
saying the
Patrick
other
said.
day, like he's on Facebook, how many calls he gets from people to give him a hand over the phone or something on how to fix something, eh?
You got to charge them something for that advice.
Well, I can't charge Chicago.
Hey, Brett.
Well, you gotta tell these guys what you tell me, Wayne. Watch a video.
Hey, question.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
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 Do you have to take
Yeah, I
Like
can
a
off?
hear
Godzilla movie, but we can hear you.
Do you have to take off the bottom of the pump to be able to unscrew the top part of the pump from the engine?
It should all come off.
Yeah,
together.
I would take it right off the engine.
No. I
Yeah.
got the 3 bolts are out that attach it to the engine.
Yeah.
It should come right out, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but you might be seized on the shaft.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get it off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody
Brock,
sit there,
Brock
like a
wants
rubber
to come
mallet
back
to it.
up.
You can grab the engine and try to pull it up and down a few times. Sometimes that works.
I'd have spread a
Brock,
little
he's doing
bit
the
of
business.
blaster in there before you did that.
Hank, you got to drive down there and hold the handle down.
Yeah.
Oh, mercy, boy.
Yeah, it's probably seized under. I mean, it's probably not even seized that much. It's just,
enough to
one
hang
area.
it.
Yeah.
Throw some cold water on it.
Kenny, Brock is in the basement.
You might have to shoot a little penetrating oil on that shaft and let it soak down on that bearing.
That's what I was saying.
I don't know if he can hear us.
I can hear you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Can you hear me now?
I know you got a hearing problem, but
Oh, good. That was a good one.
And what I say, everything will be okay unless
No.
that pump sees to the shaft.
yeah.
Because you got to figure the thing's exposed to water all the time, right?
Yeah. See, that pressure washer is giving him the shaft.
Oh, good one, Robert. Dum, dum.
Robert?
Yeah, no, but what is she got the bone mine? I got the shaft. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said
Comedian.
shaft.
Mhm.
Question: Any of you guys here ever seen a Yamaha snowblower?
Yeah,
Johnny Boy 73. We don't have. I've never seen one here in Ontario.
Yeah.
I worked on one today.
Man.
It's
I'd never seen one in my life until today.
supposed to be very good snowblowers. As good as
Yeah,
the
but
Arrows.
this one was a YS624T. It was on tracks. And what amazed me is that it must have been old because it was a flathead.
Yeah. Nah.
Is it what color? Is it blue?
Blue and black.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. That's the one Donnie boy did a video on. That and was it that red one? Was it the Honda? I'm like,
Yeah, this
ouch.
is the Yamaha. This is blue and black, and the whole. It had a pretty neat way that you check the oil. It actually had a sight glass on the side of the block, like what you see on the pump of an air compressor
Yeah.
or pressure washer.
Yeah. My Simpson pressure washer had the AAA triplex, and they had a sight glass for the
Yeah, my
pump.
my cat pump does too.
Yeah.
Next time you're next to the phone, Kenny,
Yeah.
reposition yourself because all we see is live and the hour.
And Brock's in the basement, or he was in the basement.
Brother Brock.
Too high, I think.
Put yourself in another square, Ken.
What's that?
Put yourself
Back,
in
bro.
another square. There you go. Okay. Now we'll
Yeah.
be able to see you.
Yeah, but like I said, this son of a bitch doesn't want to come off, you know?
Hank's driving down to help you out.
It looks like
Wait a
a good
minute,
unit, though. I mean, it looks nice and clean.
I'll be there
Yep.
by the time the stream is over.
Normally, when you pull on the engine, they'll slide off, eh? But it's got to be seized to that bearing.
Yeah.
If you could see it, I took a picture of this thing.
Well, is there not a pin?
Yeah. Spray a little Croyle on it.
You have an air hammer, Ken?
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what happens when you do a live repair.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's no editing here.
Nah. Pat, tell you where you at when Ken needs you.
He's in Long Island. He's a little ways away from Kenny.
Yeah.
Ken, if I was your neighbor, I would bring you a beer.
Mm.
You think that would help, Brock?
Show
Oh,
up
yeah.
with
Put a
advice.
beer on it.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Tell me if you can see it. I got it.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice. Those
What is
tracks,
that?
man, I kind of stay away from that, though, a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
Plastic.
that's not mine.
Oh, yeah.
It was one I worked on. Like I was telling these guys, that's the first and only time I've ever actually seen a Yamaha snow thrower.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. You know what's funny is that the generators look just like those. Same blue paint, everything.
I know. When I worked at a rental, we had a Yamaha 4500 gen set down there, and it was blue.
Yep.
Actually, the shade of blue on this thing almost reminds me of the blue that there used to be a company that made tillers and walk behind tractors. Whether they're still around or not, I don't know. BCS.
Yeah.
BCS.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
old.
Now, weren't those Italian?
Those are old.
Mm.
Weren't those Italian?
Something like that.
Well, it's almost the same shade of blue as that BCS.
Mm-hmm.
Almost, I call it like a Ford blue,
Mm.
like the old Ford tractors used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blue and white ones.
Yep.
Yep, like the
Yeah, we
4000.
sold one of those Ford tractors riding lawnmowers to a guy. He still has it. We just ordered him engine rubber mounts.
Built
Yeah.
like tanks, man. Built like
Kohler
tanks.
motor at Wayne.
No, it had a Briggs engine on it. I think it only had an 8 horse on it.
Ken, you
See,
got
that's what
any
gets me
wooden?
is back in the day, you had wheel horse and all them, and they only had an 8-horse motor, but yet they could
you
about
have
pull a
any
school bus.
wooden? What do you call it?
Wedges.
Triangles?
Shim stock wedges.
Yes, yeah,
Nah,
wedge-
I don't have anything currently.
Nothing.
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah, little
Pretty
triangle
right now.
pieces. Yep.
Yeah.
I could
Tap
Too
make
bad he
it.
couldn't warm it up a little bit.
I shot it with Croyle.
I shot the Croyle, but I did not shoot the blaster.
Usually they fall right off.
Yeah. Wider wedges would be nice. That way you got even pressure.
Yeah, on
That
each of the
guy
legs.
that
You
brought
want to
that-
go even too.
I'm sorry. The guy that brought that Yamaha in, he brought 2 snowblowers and he brought that in, and along with it there was a 24-inch Craftsman. Craftsman, but it was a newer with the power mower, and he paid only $200 for that toy belt as it sat, non-running, and he got into it and was going to try to work on it himself, but he got in there and seen the carburetor was all full of muck, and I took the carburetor off of there and I'm like, it's shot. Fortunately, I had a new carburetor, popped that on there and got it going. And once I got that going, I figured that was the easy job. Then I got into that Yamaha.
Yeah.
Called the guy up. I said, I got you running. I give him a price. And
That's what I said, Bruce.
he says, I'll be down Monday afternoon. And when he was there bringing them, we got a steel trimmer down there that he might be interested in. It was FS76 bike handle. And maybe he'll buy that too. It's like, hey, cool.
Yeah. One
And
stop shop.
people, Hank, people wonder why their bill's so expensive for a repair.
Right.
This is what you go through, and you never charge them for this.
I'm glad the guy is watching him fix it.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
they'll know why his bill is $200.
Didn't you hear the sound of that bullwhip? Hurry up.
You know what's funny, Hank? That sometimes when I sell my stuff, I say, "Hey, do you watch YouTube? This is everything I did to this thing." So
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
sometimes it works, sometimes it's like,
You can see all the
well,
corrosion.
remember, Brock, Tom
Brucey
Dobie,
Brucey from Bruce's shop, Uncle Bruce there, he says, get yourself an air hammer.
yeah, yeah.
well,
Yeah.
remember, Tom Dobie, whenever he does his repairs on the customer stuff, you know, he does those videos
Mhm.
and he shows the customer the video.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep. That's a good idea. Yep.
Well, I'm going to take off this bottom section
Yeah.
because this is what
What's actually wrong with that pump, Ken?
Well, I'm saying
They
Man.
work with the seam.
this is what was leaking. So
There's a seam between the pump section at the top and the manifold section on the bottom,
yeah,
and it's shooting out right at that joint. So I think it's pretty well a check valve that's shattered inside.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
just
because
changed the
some
pump.
water got stuck in there and expanded.
Yeah,
Right.
but he said the guy kept it in his garage, and normally a garage doesn't go below 0.
Yeah, it doesn't. No.
yeah. These seals are all messed up. It's all full of black shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just changed out the whole pump. I wouldn't even fool with tearing
That's what
that
he's
down.
doing. I think that's what he's doing, right? Yep.
Yeah, you can see the whole punt's all full of black shit.
Bring it down
Yeah.
some. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, it's all full
Yeah,
of
that's-
black, it's all
that's
full of black
nasty.
shit. Yeah.
And while
Oh,
you're
yeah,
by
look, the seals are all eaten up. Yeah.
Yeah.
while you're by the phone, I think you got a couple people in the basement.
Hold on.
I think Brucey's in there.
Now, if you can find those seals and those check valves and get them and buy a kit to put them back in, then the pump will likely work fine.
Well, there's Bruce. I think that's Bruce.
Doing Mr.
Yeah, it
Bruce.
is Bruce.
Welcome
Bruce
back,
and
Robert.
Robert. How you doing, Bruce?
Good.
You back home?
No,
No,
not
No,
too
not for probably another month.
you got a
April.
while yet.
He's still down in Chicano land, they say.
Yeah, you can tell when he has crabs or he's in the.
Yeah, he's got crabs there.
Oh, whoa.
I've been on the wall behind him. Good Lord. What
Yeah, on the
think
wall.
you're- You think you're smart? You stand on a seat, but we have crabs that jump 6 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
All righty then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All righty then.
Ken Pate is trying to call you for some advice on your situation.
Crystal
there.
Blue
Okay.
Persuasion.
Ken, I took it upon myself to learn everything I could about pumps for about 2 years straight, and I still don't know any more now.
Well, all I know is we bought a Generac pressure washer at 6.5 years old, so this will be 7. And we got no leaks, no problems, but we put that Briggs & Stratton pump saver in it every year.
Every winter, yeah.
Yeah, so it
Nah.
lubricates everything up, cleans out, takes out the water, even though it's stored in a warm shop. At least everything's lubricated and cleaned out, and it's got the screen in it, so we don't get debris in there. And
I
Okay.
bought
Yeah.
retro.
I think they provide it with the new ones now, like a little bottle of it when you buy them now.
Yeah, it's a sample bottle, Brock.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Nah,
No,
Gotta
I
get them
read-
through the first, through the warranty.
yeah, no, I think the
Yeah,
can of that pump saver, I don't know. I think it's lasted me. What it's still got some in it. So 6 times I've used it, and I still got another 1 or 2 times that I can use it. So not bad for like $18 or whatever it was.
Right, yeah, that's
Thank
good
you,
stuff. It works.
My sprayer for paint that I got that goes in a 5-gallon buckets.
Yeah.
I use that too. It works great.
You know, the darn things are basically they're just a hydraulic pump, right? It's just that they're not
Exactly, yeah.
lubricated because you're putting water through it instead of oil.
Mm-hmm.
Now answer me this. Am I wrong for putting that stuff through there after every time I use it? Because I don't know when it's going to be used again.
Well, that's fine, I think.
No, I mean you can't hurt it.
Put what
Nope.
stuff through it? The pump saver?
Pump saver.
No, it won't hurt it.
Yeah.
nah.
No, if you want to save money, use regular automotive antifreeze.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or
But if you
windshield
I've
use
washer.
heard RV antifreeze works.
Yeah, but if you use the RV, it's not doing the lubrication that the
Yeah, exactly.
automotive
Doesn't have the
antifreeze
silica
does.
in it. Yeah. Yep.
Nah.
Well, I know in the winter months, even though I put pump saver through it, I bring that pressure washer in the house.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
Nah. I worked at this restaurant in Griffin, and the guy had a Generac pressure washer, but his didn't have the quick connect stuff. He was trying to convert it. I was running that thing one day, and it had that low oil sensor on it. I'm like, this thing ain't running right. So I unplugged the oil sensor, and the thing ran right. I'm like, yeah, well, I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, forget
Yeah.
it.
it's sending out a false shutdown.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yep.
know what happens with that if you get it low on oil when it's static. There's enough oil in there to tell that it's running. But then once you start it, and that oil starts getting slung around in there, that drops that oil level down.
Yeah.
Then it'll tell it to go. It'll kill it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
The guy down the street he's got a mobile pressure washer on a trailer, and he says, "Can you clean my carb?" I said, "Well, let's see it. Will it fire up?" And he tries to fire it up, and it won't fire up. So I get the spark tester. I test. We got spark. I unplug the oil sensor. We fire it up. It starts. I yelled to him, "Shut it off! Shut it off!" He said, "Why?" I said, "You're low on oil." He said,
Yeah.
"Get out of here." I says, "Well, that's what I just did.
Yeah.
I unplugged your oil sensor." So
Yep.
he checked the oil. Sure enough, oil was low.
Yeah,
Yep.
Well, and it doesn't take much like a generator. You can be I don't know, 200
You
milliliters
can be
shy
off by
of oil,
about
and
3
it'll
ounces, and
give
it
you
would
an
trip that
indication.
when it gets running.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Nah. Oh yeah, in that restaurant I worked at, one day we had to clean the filters on the air exhaust for the cooking area, and the guy brought his North Star dual temperature pressure washer. I tell you what, that thing didn't play. Only
Yeah.
thing was, when you're running it on hot, the pump's gonna heat up anyway. But then you running hot water through it. I wonder how long you can run that, because it's already getting hot
There's
anyway.
actually 3 kinds of pumps, right? There's the one that just runs on tap water off the back of the house, and then there's the one that
Yeah.
will go 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then there's another one you can run off pure hot water off of a big water tank.
Yeah.
Hot,
Now,
better than 140.
Yep.
I
because
think a
this,
lot of those, Bruce, like the hot season North Stars, I think that the water is heated after the pump. So you're drawing cold water through the
Yeah.
pump. It's heated up after the
Yeah, it
pump.
goes through the coils after the pump. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
I
but what it is,
The coil part. You know, the
yeah,
coil
it's that
type.
big
'cause he had
cylindrical burner. If you look down that
now,
burner, you can
'cause
see this great big coil of tubing in there. That's how it heats it up, and the fire's in the middle of it.
now,
Yeah, kind of
now,
like a
because
still.
yeah,
Yeah, there you go,
the
Brock.
thing was, because he had the tank for the engine, which was a Honda. It had a cat pump on it. Then he had another tank for the diesel fuel to heat the coal up.
Yep, and there was an electric igniter and a fan for the burner.
Mhm.
Now, I
Okay,
looked at the
so
price of them things.
who's
Yeah.
got the tip for removing this pump? There's got to be a tip out there.
Pat
Like-
Tacy's got
Yeah.
one.
saw
If you could
Wow.
only see the shaft, you know, or something
You can't use a
around the
puller,
shaft,
right?
you
You can't
could
use a
heat
puller
No,
unless
you
you
can't
hook
get
up
a
something.
puller around it because there ain't got nothing to push against.
Unless
Bruce
you
had a
hook
good
something up to
idea.
the frame.
Put some backward pressure on it with a little bit of a jolt to an air hammer. Yeah.
That's why. That's why
I got
people just get
I got it coiled. I got wooden wedges under it, both sides, tightened to a shit, and nothing.
Yeah,
Stick a
little by
dynamite.
little, it should pop.
Well,
If
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
rust,
next
then
thing
I
you
don't
know-
know
can't
if it
hammer in
will.
there anymore to hit the wedges. They're like,
Is there no through pin though
Nah.
on the shaft? No.
it's just
No.
it's just a keyway in there, you know.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a three-legged pump. It's a vertical motor, Brock.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah,
you get-
yeah.
You get two chains, one on the engine and one on the back of your truck onto the frame.
Well, I was thinking his next
I
step.
might get it
he'll,
off, Hank. That might work.
I
The
was
thing
thinking
is,
his next step, he'll go down to the firehouse and ask to borrow the jaws of life and just play.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's
nah,
like
the thing. Yeah, the
Can't
thing
we-
is,
that's not that
Could
old.
he heat it up a little bit?
Well, how about tapping it in with a piece of pipe and then try and pull it out again?
Well, no,
Because
it's
if you
the
can
whole
get it moved-
housing there. There's no way to heat up the outside
Yeah,
of the
you
Oh,
can't.
right.
onto the shaft. There's, you're
Nope.
you're damned. The only thing
Nah.
you need is wedges and wedges.
Okay,
Here's
Rusty
my
Rooster
friend, 'cause you
says
would-
he could get
I
that
had
off.
that.
So go ahead, Rooster. Tell us how you're going to do it.
yep.
That
Nah,
is,
the thing is, he's just gonna have to let it sit and give it time to let
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's
Stuff.
got to work down in there.
Yep.
Lord,
Yeah.
grant me patience, but hurry.
Yeah, Rusty, put down how you would get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got an idea. It just takes two characters. One is a letter and one is a number. C4.
Oh,
Mm.
boy.
And I'm going to say that on this assembly, when this was assembled, this is a company that doesn't use nickel anti-seize on the crankshaft.
All right, Rusty has over here. Install a bolt. Leave them loose. Then crack the engine.
Crank.
then
Yeah.
crank the okay to spin the bearing. Yeah.
And
That's a
then
little
maybe the
risky, though.
vibration gets it
There's
to
still a
start
keyway
moving.
in there, though, eh?
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, but there's still a keyway in there.
You're trying to
Kiwi's
spin the
probably
bearing
seized.
from the
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
you
think
got
it's like
if you got a
that might free your
keyway,
hand off too.
you got a key in the keyway. How you gonna?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Is it
what
past
is
the
that,
keyway
Bruce?
right
Like
now, though?
a quarter inch,
Mm.
maybe a 5/16 key stock that's in there, right? Straight
Yep.
key.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, one of the legs snaps off, and you owe the guy a new pump.
You know what's funny
Yeah.
is that all of us on here has never had a stuck pump before. I know I have. I just pull them right off.
I've never had one.
Never had a
stuck.
stuck pump.
I've had them beat the shit out of them. I'm gonna go see if I can find it on my channel.
You know
Yeah.
what's funny?
I've had them stuck, but
Yeah.
I just let them sit overnight with Croyle and come in the next day and was able to kind of go around and just do it. But some of them will fight you if they've sat out, and especially if they've sat out in the weather. But I know that whenever I reassemble them, I'm going to put something in there, be it grease or never seize or whatever, so that don't happen again.
Yeah.
No,
I put
there
a
is no
little bit of
keyway
that
on it, that's
grease
true.
on there.
This scrap engine that I had for my tiller, I put every penetrating oil on it. Let it sit overnight last night. I couldn't budge that thing. I ended up cutting it off, and all it took was one punch. Boom! It came out like nothing. I even put my puller on it. The problem is I started bending my pulley. I didn't want to bend it because that's the pulley I'm using on this engine that I just put on. But it's funny. Nothing but one small whack with the hammer came out like nothing.
What's that?
That seized engine I had, I was telling you about.
Oh, to take
I
the
wanted to
pulley out.
use the pulley off because it's the same shaft, 3/4
Yeah.
inch shaft. Well, I put all that penetrating PB, that CRC, we got this other shit we use at the plant too. I sprayed it in there, soaked it all night till this morning. Nothing. I even put my puller on it. So my buddy came from the plant, he brought me the Sawzall. I just cut it off because the engine was scrap anyway. And I put it in my vise, put the punch on it, one small whack, it came out like nothing.
Now, why couldn't
I
it
couldn't
have done
figure
when it
that
was
out.
attached?
Did Ken see Rusty's advice?
Yeah, that's because gravity was working with you.
Hello?
Well, if you would have taken that engine,
Is it working?
set the
Hello?
pulley onto something that blocked it up on the pulley, and you would have drove onto the crankshaft.
I tried that. It nothing budged that thing.
I got
Okay, I guess it's
I
not
got the
working.
thing coiled to shit. I got 2 sets of wedges jammed. I'm gonna let it sit overnight.
Yeah.
Or
And you tapped on the
Ken.
pump, right? You
Yeah.
tapped
Oh, I
on the
tapped
pump?
with the rubber mallet. Yeah.
Ken,
No,
can you hear
hit
me?
it with a hammer, a hard
Yeah.
hammer.
Hello? Can
Rubber
anybody hear me?
hammer's not going to help you.
what's that, John?
Yeah, what's up, John?
I'm just tired of talking to myself. Did Ken see the advice that Rusty Rooster gave him?
What do you got, Brucey? Brucey, what are you looking at?
Oh, I'm just looking at, I got about 15 pump videos there. Sorry.
He's trying to find the one where he had one that was
Yeah.
stuck and he had to literally beat the shit out of it to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, rubber hammer's not going to help you.
And you don't want to
Yeah.
mushroom it either.
It's already broken, man. You can't break it.
Yeah, he's got to change the pump anyways. He's got to put a new pump on it.
Next thing would be a Sawzall.
So that's just it, cut it off.
Where'd John go?
I don't know. Maybe John got booted. I don't know.
And I don't think there's any clearance above the pump, is there, to get a bearing puller on there?
Right.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't
so.
think so.
Probably not. Yeah.
No, because you got those 3 legs in the way and they mount almost right flush
Yeah.
with the bottom of the motor
Yeah, that's
or the
right.
frame.
Could you can you put a slice in that housing with a grinder, a thin grinder blade, and then crack it with a like a chisel? A sharp
Yeah,
chisel?
'cause, I mean, the pump is no good anyway, right?
Yeah.
Nothing's any good right now, right?
No. We had an electric PTO that the bearing was seized right to the crankshaft of the engine. And, we watched Donnie Boy and everything. You got to pull out the torches and burn the shit out of everything and have everything clean so you don't start a fire. I took my puller and took lawnmower blades and made myself extended pullers that would grab the top of the PTO. And I actually pulled the bearing out of the PTO. So I got the electric PTO off, but the bearing was still seized on.
Yeah.
But then I was able to zip cut the
Bearing.
outer race and get a bearing puller above and use the induction coil to heat the inner race and use the bearing puller to pull the heated part off. But I had to heat it up red hot to get it to slide off.
So just imagine if you were charging the customer $122 an hour.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
You're not going to do it.
No.
No,
that's
because that would
kind of where
almost
we
equal
say,
the price of what the
we
piece
say
of
we
equipment
charge you
costs.
an hour and a half for the job, but it actually took us 2.5 hours, so you saved an hour of labor.
Mhm. Hey, sometimes the best tools are homemade, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know that what we charged for that job today, those 2 snowblowers, we charged him $1.30 for the first one or $1.25. That's the one that I had to just change the carb and the spark plug. Everything else was good. And I charged him $85 for that Yamaha because that needed a little bit more work. But hell, $210. He's got more than his money's worth there.
Yeah.
Scotty,
Considering
how
that,
you doing, big guy?
considering that a track snowblower now runs you about $3,000.
That's a fine dance that labor versus what it's worth, you know.
Yeah, if you're working, like most of us out of a little shop in the backyard, you can get away with it.
Yeah.
Well, I found out that Craftsman that I put the carburetor on, I priced that new at Lowe's. They're $1,000. $9.99, 24-inch Craftsman with the 208 on it. Power mower.
Well, a customer called me last night and said his good friend wants to sell him an MTD snowblower, and he wanted to know if it was worth $450. And when he explained it to me, I said, that snowblower right now is selling for, with taxes over here in Canada, over $2,000. So I said, for $450, it's a good deal. He's got one broken shear pin. Everything works. It runs. I said, it's a good deal. I said, did he say, make me an offer? He said, yeah. He said, $450 or make me an offer. I said, offer the guy $400.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that.
Did he say how big it was?
Yeah, it was a 10-horse, 30-inch.
Oh, wow, 30 inch.
Oh, even over here, one that size.
Yeah.
Here in the States, you're going to have at least 1,800 in it, U.S. dollars.
Yeah. The 30 inch is very hard to find right now.
Now you
Scotty,
try
do
to
you
try to
wanna
buy
come
one
up
that
from the
size. Try to buy one that size in Aaron's, and you tell me you're not going to spend $3,000.
Hey!
Hey! What's say,
Did
Hank?
you get it?
Yep.
Hank with the sled. Take the sledge to her, Kenny.
Yeah.
There you go, Kenny.
There you go, Kenny. Pretend you're Gallagher, and that's a watermelon.
My buddy Ronnie's watching. You don't want to worry about the price, Ron.
Hey, Greasy Shop Rag is in the basement.
Now, but you're gonna have to put that one on the shelf, Ken.
Hey, there's Dobie.
How you doing?
I think. Yeah, that's Dobie. Looks
That's
like
not
Dobie.
Oh, what a freaking
Oh,
nightmare.
no, that's
Hold
not
on.
Shop Rag.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. For a second, I thought that was Tom.
So
I just saw the
everybody,
beard.
Yeah, Ken, you're gonna have
All
to
right,
put that one on
Kenny.
the shelf, buddy, and say, "Hey, remember this one?"
No, you know what did it? The BFH.
Yeah, hammer.
BFH and a chisel.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I just saw the beard and thought it was Tom. I apologize.
Well, they both have that white spinners off of there.
What are you talking about, white?
No, we're talking about
Distinguished.
Scott. We're not talking about Santa Claus.
Oh,
they're
okay.
white.
No.
People
Yeah,
think they
congratulations.
dye their hair this color.
Anybody
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce?
engine?
Hair.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah, Bruce. He's got a little bit of white going there for a little goatee. Or
Hey,
light gray.
Kenny, what's the shaft look like on the engine? Is it rusty?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, rusty rooster.
You have to take a cheek poker to it.
Well, I could tell you this: it didn't have any lubrication on it.
No, that's
Oh.
for sure.
Pussy.
More than likely, that's a 7/8 shaft on that.
Yes,
oh yeah,
that's correct.
inside it's all crusty in here.
Yeah.
Nah.
Get out your little IR die grinder with your Scotch-Brite wheel. Buff that up a little bit.
So that might not even be the first pump on that pump either. The
No,
guy
I think
who
it is. The only good
could
thing
be-
about these
could be-
pumps is the hole pattern's unique, so you can't put it together screwed up.
that's right.
Yep, because it
Ah.
matches the bolt pattern of the sump.
We can go look.
Also, and then you have to buy them with the pipes extending out the front or the back. You have to know what you want before you order it.
Oh, you're gonna go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But see, here's the governor.
Governor?
Oh, yeah.
Governor.
Governor.
That's why I'm thinking if you buy a regular pump and not this style, you'll have to rig up the governor somehow.
Yeah.
What, has that got an idle down?
It's got the idle down.
You could override that.
Yeah, but what the linkage isn't the same on the engine.
Mm.
Just spot welded full
This is-
throttle and you're good.
Yeah.
Says Mr. Two Stroke.
So,
Yeah.
Well, there was a video on YouTube. I think the guy had a Ryobi that had that idle down. It had a Honda.
Yeah.
They talked about you could disconnect the governor spring from that idle down actuator and put it in its normal spot, and that took care of that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. As long as there's no lady listening, but next time there's an issue, just put some KY jelly on that shit.
Robert.
Robert, I'll say to you what Bruce said to me when I made that crude comment when Stella was in here. Easy now, easy.
Easy.
Yep.
I had to go to hell with that one. I couldn't resist.
Well, you're the one that said something about crabs earlier, so I.
Whoa! What's this coming to?
Crabs.
Have you got a replacement pumpkin?
No, because I wanted to make sure it's got a number on it. It's a standard. What do they call these?
Did you say pumpkin?
It's likely a $350 pump.
Oh, my garbage cans are blown away.
But you can, yeah. If the
high
engine-
winds lately, eh?
If the engine's big enough, you can pretty much put anything you want on there,
Yeah.
Well,
What motor's on that? Is that a Quantum?
it probably looked like one from the video we posted of it.
Well, you could put a 3,000 psi pump on that without any trouble.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Not if the hoses are only rated for 2,000 psi.
Well, there's that too.
Hey,
No.
Hank,
He was saying that the holes.
is it supposed to rain tonight, Hank?
No.
Mm.
It's cloudy as hell, windy as hell too.
What's the
Yeah.
winds been, Hank?
Let's see what they say.
Yeah,
Hourly.
it's one of these Italian pumps. What is
Oh,
that?
Anobi
they
River
are.
Berry.
Yeah.
It's an Anobi River Berry.
Yeah.
No rain until Wednesday.
Adobe Revert.
Yeah,
I can't.
AR.
And I just say AR.
I looked on my phone. Next week, our weather's supposed to be up in the mid-teens.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We've been having 50-mile-an-hour winds lately.
It was pretty windy here this morning.
Better order that pump before Italy puts tariffs on.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Trumpy won't let it come over anyway, Wayne. He
Oh,
kicked what's his name out of the White House yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Not
a
going there.
disaster.
Yeah, but
It
you
was
know
a
what?
disaster.
Zelensky actually had that coming to him, though.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Zelensky's going to meet the king tomorrow.
No, he's
He was in the UK's leader there today. Now
Yeah, he's
apparently he's
in
going to
now.
meet the king tomorrow.
They were showing a thing this morning. They were showing after all that went down, Zelensky was like saying that was kind of a bad idea. He shouldn't have acted that the way he did. But Trump and Vance had their rights standing their ground on that, though. Which
But
they're
hold on.
right.
Hold on here. Any European, you guys got to remember this. They write everything backwards. They have their own terminologies and everything.
Right.
When they take something to heart, it means they didn't understand what was said.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So
Yeah, when
he really needed an interpreter
You're
that
right.
was sitting next to him.
There
you
was
know?
definitely some
Yeah, you're right.
miscommunication.
No,
Yeah.
Hank, you're
Well,
right.
and
Because
also a lot of fireworks.
when he did,
I don't think Zelensky deliberately wanted to go in there and start a big argument anyway.
yeah, but when he had the Fox interview, he had words
Yeah.
that he didn't know what they meant, and he went to his interpreter
Yeah.
to tell him what the word meant, which Hank's got a good point.
Yeah.
But I think the whole thing fell apart because he wanted to know what kind of security they were going to get.
Yeah.
And if you remember when Trump said to the one reporter, what kind of security? If a bomb drops on your head, it drops on your head. There's nothing
Well,
you can do about
He
it.
wants to turn Gaza
Nobody
into
can
a
guarantee
resort.
the security, right? Yeah.
No, he doesn't want to turn into a resort. He
No.
wants to give those people a good place to live
Yeah.
and get rid of that old thought of
Yeah.
war constantly and everything.
Yeah.
So they can have a nice place to live. And of course, you're going to have some hotels and stuff that
Yeah.
are going to be nice. But as far as housing goes, they'll have a nice home, not
Yeah.
these clay mud huts.
The place is totally destroyed right now.
Yeah, it's gone.
Totally destroyed.
Move on. Like get out of the way, let them build, and then come back. And if you own any of that property, show proof of it, and hey, you might have a nice place to live. But I don't know if they have it the same way as we do. We own our property. We have paperwork saying we own our property,
Yep.
Do they have any kind of, or do they just take a piece of property and live there, Who knows?
I just know when I came back from a walk yesterday, I come into the kitchen and I heard that tail end of that on the special report. And Trump more or less just saying, come back to the White House when you're ready to make peace. Then later on, they showed a rerun of the whole thing.
All I'm going to say is you guys are forgetting that Russia started the war, not Ukraine.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, we all know Russia's no good and everything. But listen, if you want to not stop the war, but stop the fighting, stop the blowing up of people's lives, you got to have a start point.
You got it.
Then you build on that.
Yeah.
But Zelensky wants a complete victory.
It'll never happen.
No.
Nope.
It's just, Hank, it's just like diagnosing the problem with an engine or a piece of equipment that don't work. You got to start someplace.
Exactly.
No doubt about that.
That's the reason we run tests to determine what's going on.
You got to stop the bleeding of money too, man.
A ceasefire would be excellent. Ceasefire, now you can talk.
Our healthcare is so corrupted right now. All Doug Ford that just got voted in is worried about is building that stupid tunnel that none of us will never see in our lifetime. It's supposed to take 42 years to finally complete. That's where all his money's going.
I had to jump somebody's crap the other day. It was somebody that was definitely anti-Trump. They got on there and they said, R.I.P. Medicaid, retirement at 65, Social Security. I guess the billionaires are going to be happy now. And I chimed up and I said, man, you need to do some serious researches because those particular things that this person named off are individualized. You're not going to lose them benefits. They're just in there looking for the ones that are getting it fraudulently. That's all. The ones that are getting it legitimately, they're not going to get touched.
Yeah.
You say hello to my daughter in the chat, guys.
Hello, daughter in the chat.
Alyssa. Yeah.
Alyssa. That's a pretty name, Brock.
Yeah.
I don't see Melissa.
She graduated college just recently.
Oh, what's her degree she got?
She's going to be a teacher.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and her husband just got on the dean's list.
Nice.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Now I sound like Uncle Arch. Nice.
They got it made, Brock. Over here, a teacher can, they got a thing where you can work, and instead of taking your vacations, you could lay over. And one of my buddies was a principal of a high school, and he had a whole year off with pay. Beautiful.
We're moving to Canada.
Hey, our last principal, my principal in grade school just retired like 5 years ago. His unused vacation and sick time was $600,000.
Oh, you hear that, Pumpkin? Yeah, we're going to get paid.
Now that's living the dream.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Any
had somebody
questions
here
out
not
there
long
about
ago
lawnmowers
approach me.
and stuff?
Yeah, right. Let's get off the politics, please.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had somebody approach me here probably about 2 years ago because I was trying to explain something on small engine, and they said, why don't you become a teacher for small engine? I'm like, well, yes and no. I wouldn't mind doing that because, I've got the knowledge. The site is my problem. But then again, I'd want a class of people that would want to learn it, like adults, and not a tech school where a lot of those kids would go in there just to get out of regular academic school.
Now, since you brought that up, at Eliminator Performance, we're supporting Stanford Collegiate, Niagara Falls. So
Nice.
we just donated a bunch of more equipment to them for their small engine repair classes.
Very cool.
And he just was here a couple days ago, and he was telling me that his budget, listen to this, the budget that the school gave him is $300.
Oh,
And I said, $300, you can't do anything with three. He says, I'm spending my own money on the gas once the kids get the engines put together and up and running. And so anyways, bringing up the adult thing is, he says the worst thing is that the Stanford Collegiate School Board allows the kids to take their phones into class. And he said, I'll have 14 kids in there. 10 of them will be on their phones.
oh,
And I only have 2 out of the 14 that are actually paying attention. And the rest of them are on their phones. They just, they don't want to learn, right? And the phones are ringing and they're texting and they're checking out whatever they're checking out, but they're not checking out illustrated parts diagrams to see what parts they need. I can tell you that.
No, they're on TikTok watching meltdowns.
Terrible. So yeah, you got a good point there. Teaching adults, because adults are the ones that, and even if it's a young kid, you call him an adult if he wants to spend the time to learn.
yep.
I remember when I was a kid, there was no such thing as any cell phones. It was go outside and do something.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
when
like chop the
I
wood.
was taking my training back in the late 80s, early 90s in small engines, we didn't have the cell phones or anything like that. Fact of the matter is, if we wanted to look up parts, there was 2 ways to do it. You either had the microfiche or you had the actual hardbound books.
Yeah.
Well, when my kids were growing up, we had TV time, book time, and phone time. No phones at the dinner table. No phones at family meetings. Anything like that.
So HIPAA just got a hold of me through an email to ask if they could use one of Jake's snapshots from one of his videos for a blog they're going to be doing. So I talked to Jake. Jake said, yeah, as long as they're not using the whole video, it's fair use. They can use a snapshot. So I responded back, and the guy had said that they're going to give Jake credit for the snapshot. They'll put Eliminator Performance on there. So I said, thank you very much. Then I said, by the way, if HIPAA is interested, I've got a school in Niagara Falls, Ontario, small engine repair. Possibly HIPAA can donate some 2-stroke tools to them or some carburetors or something like that.
Great idea.
I got to give the guy credit. He said they've never done anything like that, but they're going to have a meeting. He thinks it's a good idea. So HIPAA maybe start sponsoring some of these small engine school classes that are in the U.S. and in Canada. I think it'd be a great idea for their brand.
Yeah.
You could donate tools.
So,
Wayne,
What's that?
you could donate tools.
Yeah, if you got tools.
Yeah, because I got a bunch of crap that I'm not using at my other shop.
Yeah.
So maybe if I get around to it, I'll just give them to
the
you.
school, then I'll get a hold of the guy, and and then if we get some more engines for him here, we're going to give him more engines.
Like I got some scrap shit too that I got all kinds of crap that instead of giving it to the side of the road.
If you even got blown up engines, like get them to me, I'll get a hold of him to come pick them up, because the kids can tear them down.
I would have known that. I just got rid of 2 old snowblowers and stuff like that over at the side of the road. Gone in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, Wayne.
Yeah.
I can imagine anything to tear apart would be good learning.
Yeah. Yeah, just so they know how the internals work and what's broken. Yeah.
Just to let you know, Wayne, since you were talking about this here a while back, the air compressor is just fine.
Yeah, your air compressor.
They fixed that tank for me. They welded,
a whole new cap on the bottom.
Yep. Actually, it's about a 3/16 piece of steel, and they just welded around, where it was solid, all the way around it.
Yeah, it cost you a lot less than it because you knew the guy. It was cheaper than buying a new one.
Yep. $50 versus $1,000.
Wow.
Now you got to remember something. when they building these compressors, they're using a certain type of metal.
Yep.
It's a resistant to moisture and stuff like that somewhat. They're
Mhm.
not just taking regular steel, forming it and welding it. Because
Yep.
regular steel, if you know, will rot out faster than anything.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
you're right.
Isn't there a coating on that steel that they roll it and all that? You know?
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
special steel already.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
prepared
that
for
thing that they welded on the bottom of mine is actually got like a bluish color to it, like it's meant for pressure.
That's probably what it is. Then.
Yeah, they likely took a bottom off of something that was dented or
Yeah.
whatever and cut it off and re-welded it on yours.
Yep.
Yeah, they bent it to form the contour of the tank. And not only that, I got a whole new bung where the drain valve went because my drain valve leaked. But when I got my compressor back, I took that stock drain valve out and I put the extender on it with the ball valve on the end. And when I'm not using that compressor, I drain the tank and I leave that valve open.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's a good idea or not. I leave it open when I'm not using it.
I have a thing on my phone where it tells me drain the tank.
That's a good idea.
I drain it every other week. Yeah.
And I went to Harbor Freight and I looked at that McGraw and I seen why it was only 5 CFM. The pistons in that thing were only about half the size of a Briggs Quantum.
Yeah, you'll find that in the summertime when it's really humid, you're going to get a lot more water generation from compressing the air than you are during the winter.
Yeah.
Where'd Bruce go?
We were
Bruce
talking
left.
politics, and I think he had it out. He said he don't want to talk no politics.
Yeah,
Okay,
Dirt
that was-
Rider, Knowles, everybody left. But that's why I said, got anything about small engines?
Nobody, all of the people in the chat, they all know about small engines.
Yeah.
Well, I got one for you. We had an Earthworks battery-powered 16-inch push mower come in. They said they wanted a blade sharpening and a tune-up. Well, it's battery mower. What do you tune up, right? The guy that
The
was
only thing I
working
could
on
think
it,
for a tune-up on that would be charge the battery. Maybe oil the wheels.
so we looked it up, and you can go to Costco and you can buy that 16-inch battery-powered push mower with a battery and a charger for $44.
Say,
How
what?
much?
I wouldn't even
$44
pay to sharpen the blade. I just go buy another mower.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Spare part.
Well, isn't that one? Isn't that one that's got the plastic composite shaft on it?
It has a metal blade. That's all I can tell you.
But it's got a composite shaft on it, doesn't it? That
I don't know. I just walked over by him when he was working on it, and I asked if it had a metal or plastic blade, and he said metal.
Gotcha.
So, and then the next thing I know, he's showing me his phone. He's like, I could go to Costco and buy this for $44. I said, you better stop working on it because you can't charge him more than that.
No
Yeah.
doubt. I know you're attached to the thing and all, but
Sorry about all that meowing. My cat tried to jump on me and he ain't able to do it and got his claw caught in my jeans.
Who was making the noise? You or the cat?
yeah, I was gonna say.
Charlie was making the noise.
Oh, okay.
He ain't doing so good now.
Yeah.
Where's
He's
Kenny?
Carry one the other day.
Hey,
I don't know.
He's
Kenny's so
18 years
happy.
old, though. I could see that, though.
did he
How old
leave
is
too?
Almost 18, Brock.
Wow.
Well, I heard him earlier. He said that he had to go chase his garbage can down the street, blew it down the road or something.
I did that this morning. The damn lid was all the way down the block. I was like, man, I can't go chasing this lid. I'm too old for this stuff.
Now you see why, Brock, whenever I bring my garbage in, I put the garbage cans in the garage.
Yeah.
I just use bags for recycling and all that. Forget the cans.
Yeah. That those cans they've had their share of
Our
traveling
garbage.
down the road.
What's your garbage schedule? Every week there in the States?
Well,
Mine's every Wednesday morning.
We have
Ours
two
is every
schedules.
2 weeks.
Every other week is cardboard. Every week is garbage.
Yeah, see, ours is the reverse, eh, Wayne? It's every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Trash every
2
week.
weeks for garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
I live
Scott,
in the northern part of the state, so
I got
we
a
take
couple
ours
hot
to the dump.
spots where I go dump because we don't like keeping trash around the house. So
We
I
don't
got a
have any
couple
garbage trucks
places.
here.
See, you
We
can
live-
quote Ryan
we
from
live-
Victory Outdoor Services now.
We live
How
next
much
door to the
garbage do we make?
Yeah, we live next door to the largest reserve of fresh water in the world, the Great Lakes. We use $25 worth of water a month, and our bills are like $180.
That's awesome. Yeah.
On account of there's water wastage because we got
Yep.
so many water leaks. So, and then there's a regional fee for shipping us. So we got a regional government too, besides our city government. So there's a charge to them for delivery water. Then there's a delivery charge for sewage for the water you use, and crazy. So you use $25 worth of water, but your bill's like $150, $180.
Wow.
That's
What would
crazy.
happen if you used $100
And
worth?
if you don't use
My bill here in Welland, we barely use water. Like our water bill just got paid was $350, and
Yeah.
we barely use any water other
Yeah.
than showering or take the odd shit
and
here
we
and
live
there, right?
and we live on the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
But
Eh?
well, I live on a well system, so I don't have no
You're
no
not
water
tied
bill.
into the city then.
I don't have a water bill, but I do have a chemical bill that I put in the water for
Yeah,
filtration
to make sure the water's safe.
Hmm. Yep.
Brock, I'm surprised you don't have a. They got system now. You can get.
I got state of the art system. Trust me, it's
You got the
the
UV.
reverse osmosis system.
No, I mean you got the one that kills the germs. You got the UV.
Yeah, I got this reverse osmosis system with I don't know, big filters, and you just put the iron out with the salt inside this big tub, and then it does all the magic for you. I know it tastes great. That's all I know.
How much acreage do you have where you live, Brock?
Just
on your
just
property?
2.5 acres. That's it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
Nice piece.
Yep. It's like a full day of yard work, So it's like you grab a drink and you just get on that thing and until there's no more tall grass left. That's when you're done.
Yeah.
Real quick, keep me in prayer for this upcoming Thursday.
What you need there, brother?
Well, Brother Brett's got to go and see the heart doctor for his follow-up.
I sure will. Yep.
You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm worried about is the blood pressure. And whenever I go in there, I've got that.
That's
white
why you
coat
got a
syndrome.
problem. You're worried about it already, and it's not even Thursday.
Yeah, Ken had 174 over, I don't know, 150 or something like that this week.
Yeah.
He had a hell of a pressure problem.
Yeah, you can't, Brett, you can't be worrying ahead of time about anything. It is what it is the famous saying. It is what it is.
Well, I know
But
that
as
here
you
in the
worry,
last.
there are people that have high blood pressure just from going to a doctor's office.
Yeah,
That's what I got.
It is a medical syndrome that anytime they walk in, their blood pressure goes up, but when they're at home, their blood pressure's normal.
Yeah.
Right. It's an anxiety thing.
Yeah.
For me, it's a PTSD thing.
Yeah.
I
What was
have,
your
high
blood pressure,
blood
Ken,
pressure.
yesterday?
177 over 154.
So let's see.
Ooh.
Let's see.
If my heart doctor would have heard that, your pressure very high, very high. You need to continue to take those pills, get it down.
Yeah.
A lot of extenuating circumstances, though. All right. Hey, no, I just was farting around with my mixing valve. We lost the hot water. I got to replace my mixing valve, and it's one of those industrial type mixing valves, the Honeywell, the big ones.
Oh yeah.
Cartridges inside were screwed up, so I was tapping it and playing with. Finally, I got to replace it. But for now, I think I have it where they'll be able to take a shot. My kid was bitching and moaning because no more hot water after 5 minutes. It's fine for me. My shower, I'm done. They live in the damn shower. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
your gas or electric bill will love
It
you.
was almost like a perfect timer. It's like ding. That's it. Get the hell out. You know,
I can be
if you're
showered and
at a
dressed in
high-end
5
hotel,
minutes.
you
My
get
wife
the
takes
ties,
2 hours.
Yeah, even the dishes are hopping out the sink. Yeah.
How does it go, Ken? It's just like hey, it's my stream, it's my water.
Oh my god.
See,
Yeah.
Brett, this is the best as mine's ever been right now. I'm on a new medication.
Okay, what do you use? It for blood pressure?
Yeah, this is my I have to take blood pressure daily because
What do
it's.
you
Like
on? What
Losartan or
are you taking, Brock?
I know it's a small little white pill that they got me on now, twice a day. Before
Hey
it
Metoprolol?
was,
guys, hey, it's been 2 hours. There's no one in the basement. I'm gonna end it. We could do the after chat.
okay.
Doug, you don't know this, but the way it works is once I end the stream, we can still chat. It's just that no one out in YouTube land can see or hear us.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
just
going to
don't
be
close
heading
up.
off anyway. I got to go see the old man. So,
Yeah.
All
all right. It's nice meeting you all. And
Yeah.
thanks for letting me join. And hopefully you'll let me come back on again,
Yeah,
Ken.
no worries.
See
Anytime.
you in a bit, Doug.
Yeah.
Take
All
care.
right. Take
Have
care,
a good
guys.
day, Doug.
See ya.
All right. Everybody
So,
out in the
Hank,
chat,
at
I know I've been
75 years old, how's your health? Pretty good, eh?
So
I've
far,
been
so good.
busy
Yeah.
ignoring the chat and all. So everybody out in the chat, hello. At least we got the pump off. So
Yeah, that
Take
was
care,
a
everybody
test,
on
wasn't
the
it,
what a
chat.
Ken?
nightmare. Hey, if Ronnie, if you're still watching, cash only. Just so you know. All right. We'll see you later, guys.
Mm.